business continued to grow and business seemed to be flooding towards Calgary. At that time, he packed up the family, which was now 3 kids, my 2 younger brothers, and we moved to Calgary. Upon getting there, Finley Inspection Services started hiring their first batch of consultants to work underneath Larry. With a small family, decided it was time to be at home a little more often and less in the field. The company continued to grow, had very significant contracts with companies like Petro-Canada, Chevron Resources, Esso Petroleum, some of the big names in the Canadian oil patch, as well as many of the smaller and mid-sized companies. Over the years, Larry was fortunate enough to hire some of the best inspectors in the industry. He had an enthusiasm for quality and integrity, and Finley Inspection quickly became renowned for providing the best consultants. The people with Finley Inspection Services stayed there for their entire career, until they either retired or in some cases passed away. In the 1980s, the energy industry became very challenging. In 1984, for example, Finley Inspection was enjoying a peak of activity with 25 consultants in the field. In the span of about 1 month, Larry and Teresa were now alone in the business as a large project by Esso Resources was canceled. It was an entire year before business picked up again. Larry's rural farm roots had taught him always be prepared for a rainy day. This turned out to be a rainy year. Over time, most of the projects had taken place in Western Canada, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, with the odd one in the east in Quebec. Back in those days, the work was awarded by phone call and the deal was done with a handshake. Contracts might be a page or two, far cry from today's bidding and procurement processes. From the mid-80s onward, the company enjoyed many ups and downs. There were very few companies that had not had a Finley Inspection Services consultant on site at some time. In Larry's mid to late 60s, he started to slow down, no longer chasing any new contracts. His existing clients and their long-standing reputation kept him busy into his early 70s. In 2018, Larry passed away, which is the time when I joined the company. That year, we enjoyed our peak of activity, running nearly 60 consultants in the field. Since that time, we've continued to hit new peaks and are continuing to grow the business with more efficient processes and a broader reach of personnel and clients.